Well, just some more catching up on some old, nature videos. This was like on October 30th, around Halloween, snow. It's really just wasn't a lot of snow, but it was really a mess. I mean, slush and ice and snow, and it was really been a rough winter ever since then. It got really cold, and it stayed that way like all winter so far. Not much snow, but whatever snow there was, it just stayed around forever. Forever. That's just a look down the street. Yeah, street. And let's look at the mailbox and see. We pull out mail. See, every day you get the old mail. See the leopard mailbox. I have a leopard mailbox. But anyway, used to have other animals, but people have done things to them. Horrible, evil things. Anyway, this is assassin beetle. This was from, I don't know, the fall sometime, near the end of the bug season. And this is a really funny bug. I mean, it's a funny bug anyway, but it's a funny bug, just this one particular, because it kept walking around the same pattern. He'd walk around this chair and then go down a leaf, down a branch, and then he'd come back around, walk around the chair again. He kept doing the same thing all day. But really a weird bug. I mean, they're kind of like those praying mantises, and they're just such a strange prehistoric kind of bug. Make a good dinosaur. But this one's sort of like there's that movie Stormtroopers something or other, the bug movie, and they have like the brain bug, and it kind of took the head of this one. It's kind of cheated and used it as the model for the brain bug, because that's sort of how assassin bugs work. They have a little thing and they jab into the bugs and suck their guts out. So they're kind of nasty bug, but they're really bizarre looking. I mean, really, could be a dinosaur kind of a bug. I mean, you wouldn't want like 50-foot ones of those walking around. Just kind of a nasty bug. But that's nature. Nature doesn't really care about good and bad, just cares about effective, and apparently this is effective. It's probably more effective in a more bug-laden world. So I guess it probably doesn't have the same advantages now. There's all the little other animals to eat it. There's just a deer in the front yard, and it was like eating sticks. And it was just like, this is just such a perfect example of what's wrong with this whole deer overpopulation problem we got here. I mean, they eat everything, but it was eating sticks. I mean, it's eating sticks. I mean, how can you grow anything when the animals will eat the sticks? So it was just kind of a perfect example of just how voracious they are. If there ain't anything green, then they'll eat the brown. And so anyway, this is probably going to last longer than it should, but it's a good little picture of a deer. The lighting's a little poor, but deers are kind of dull in color anyway, so it suits him. So I tapped on the window or something. This was like right where I sit for my watching when I'm doing my computering, so I can look out the window. So it just happened to be right out the computer window, so it was easy. But it's through a window, and so the lighting isn't very good, so the color is a little bit dull. It's a little grayed. But anyway, so then it snooped around looking for what was making the noise, and then it went right back to eating sticks again. This is a doe deer. It doesn't have horns, antlers, whatever, little sticky things on the head. And so he'll probably have like twins or quadruplets in the spring, and just more animals to eat my garden. And so it was all kind of depressing, because you don't want them shot, but they got to do something to kill this population problem. I mean, they shoot bow and arrows at them, but that's really not very effective. It's just kind of silly. It's not how you control. I mean, if you had to control rats, you wouldn't hire a bunch of people to go out with bows and arrows. I mean, you'd think of some other way to control them. So, just kind of stupid. So there's a little perspective shooting through the window at the deer in the yard. Really, it's enough deer already. Let's move on, please. Come on. Enough of this grazing animal video. It's of limited interest. Now we have grazing cat. That's even better. Well, sorry. Yeah, it was really, this is why I didn't make nature videos. There really wasn't much happening. I didn't go out much, blah, blah, blah. So it was just whatever came in front of the window, I took a picture of. Anyway, there's like two of these cats though. These are new ones that showed up. I think they belong to somebody. Who knows? One of them's really raggedy looking. This one, I guess it is, and the other one's kind of cleaner looking. But they must be brother and sister, or brother and brother, or sister and sister, or whatever. But it's just kind of funny, the cat politics, because there's like 5 or 6 of these homeless cats now that come to get food. And it's like one will beat up the other one, and then the other one's afraid of that one, but then the other one can beat up the other one that can beat up that one. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's not like one person or one cat that's like, you know, can kill them all. It's like they all have their weaknesses. Alright, so here's some photographs, which, you know, a little better resolution, hopefully, if this video isn't killed by YouTube. I'm having problems finding the right video format. I mean, I can't do the WMV thing, which is really a good format for YouTube in this one program, so I'm stuck with the MPGs, and if you do that, then, you know, YouTube can make all kinds of a mess out of them. But anyway, I'll figure it out eventually, or not. So hopefully this won't be horrible, but who knows? It's like that high quality thing gets you in trouble. If you upload so they don't high quality it, sometimes it's better than if you upload it good enough for them to high quality, because then they'll screw up the draft so much. But anyway, here's that assassin beetle, or bug again. They call it a beetle, I think, but it's just really a bug. But, you know, it's got that weird thing on the top of its head there, you know, that little raspy thing, and it's just nasty. It's got a little tiny head, though, with little eyes in weird places, and, you know, it's got that little jabbery thing there for poking. Neighbors built the snowman. This was somewhere around Christmas, I guess. Just kind of marveled at it. Like, who has that ambition anymore? I mean, geez. It would take me like months to store up enough energy to say, yes, let's go out and build a snowman. So, you know, gotta give people credit for still being alive, I guess. But, you know, it is kind of silly. But it's smiling and stuff. It's friendly and happy, so it's probably a good thing to do. I should have taken some pictures as it slowly degraded, but it probably took it a month or two. I mean, there's probably a little pile still out there, because it really has been consistently cold. It just started warming up the last week or so, but it was, you know, cold all winter. I mean, from like, you know, December, November to, you know, the end of January. It's really nasty. But anyway, you know, it's winter. Winter's like that. It's winter. So there's another picture of the stick burning thing that happened the other day. So I just figured I'd throw a picture in there. Maybe you can see it better. Maybe it's not as screwed up. Maybe it's just as screwed up. So whatever. Just thought I'd throw it in there, because it's sort of in my natural world thing kind of range. Whatever. So there shouldn't be too much of this, though. But it's just kind of hard to take a picture of it. I mean, there was parts where it was sparking through the whole stick, and I tried to get that, but it was either blurry or there's, you know, it wasn't dark enough or something. So anyway, this is the stick finally broke after like a half an hour of sparking. It finally broke off, and that was the end of the show. And so that's all it is. It just kind of charred around the outside. So it's like the electricity mostly traveled through the fleshy part, which sort of makes sense. You know, the skin of the branch. But anyway, so just a picture of a piece of charred wood. It's an incredibly fascinating video. This is a car I have procured. Procured? Yeah, well, whatever. It's mine. Don't know what I'll do with it. Might just fix it and sell it. It's not running on one cylinder, but it's a Cadillac Caturra. And but it's a really nice condition. It's got all electric seats and Bose stereo system, and yeah, buttons for all kinds of stuff. You press the button and something pops or moves. It's really nice, and it rides really nice. And it's, you know, chrome wheels, and yeah, it's a nice car. Yeah, so I'll do a video in the car. I'll do some videos in the car. And then when I have to work on the car, so maybe I'll do some mechanical fixing of the car videos. So anyway, that should be the end. Should be coming up to the end any minute now. Should be coming right up to it. So wait for the big exciting videos to come. Whatever.